Thursday. It says it will not for now release any information from the interview. More from correspondent Steve Kastenbaum.
NTSB officials said they've interviewed the train's engineer, but they didn't release any details about the conversation because they still have other interviews to conduct first. They haven't found any issues with the signals or the track yet that might have contributed to Thursday morning's crash. They also haven't gotten the event recorder and forward-facing camera from the first train car. The collapsed canopy and asbestos are hampering the effort.
One woman on the platform was killed. 100 others on the train were injured. The Jewish New Year begins at sundown today across the world. Rosh Hashanah marks the start of the High Holy Days. I'm Christopher Cruz.
Getting a great night's sleep is easier and more affordable than you might think. You don't need a new, expensive mattress or sleeping pills. You just need to change your sheets. Hi, I'm Scott Tannen, founder of Boll & Branch. We started Boll & Branch nearly 3 years ago to make the world's most comfortable sheets and to make it possible for everyone to afford to sleep better. What makes Boll & Branch sheets different is that they're meticulously crafted from pure 100% organic cotton. And because we only sell online, we've cut out all of the expensive retail markups. That's why our sheets cost less than half of what you'd pay in the store. Everyone who tries Boll & Branch sheets loves them. That's how we have thousands of 5-star reviews. The New York Times and Wall Street Journal have written about us, and even 3 U.S. presidents have Boll & Branch sheets. We guarantee you'll love them too. That's why we let you sleep on our sheets for 30 nights. If you don't, return them and get your money back. Plus, if you go to bollandbranch.com today, we'll give you $50 off your first set of sheets when you use promo code SLEEP. That's $50 off right now at bollandbranch.com. Spelled B-O-L-L and branch.com. Promo code SLEEP. That's bollandbranch.com. Promo code SLEEP.
From the KFNX Weatherbug Weather Center for this morning, a mainly clear sky, mixed clouds and sun today with a stray shower or thunderstorm, high 92. Clear tonight, low 66. Sunshine and breezy Monday, high 86. Tuesday, sunny, high 84. Sunny Wednesday. I'm meteorologist Jim Minaldi from the KFNX Weatherbug Weather Center.
Currently in downtown Phoenix, it's 76 degrees.
Next news in 30 minutes or when it breaks. Here on Independent Talk, 1100 KFNX.
Hi, Mike Hughes, General Manager of Centennial Leasing and Sales. I could tell you we're Phoenix's best car buying experience, but our clients say it best.
Hi, I'm Legina. I bought 2 cars from Centennial now. I love it. I'm a flight attendant and my schedule is insane. I don't have time for conventional dealerships and drama. At Centennial, I compare and test drive anything I want, side by side, one location, on my schedule. I just bought my second car.
Centennial Leasing and Sales. See our online reviews at clscars.com. clscars.com.
If you own a business, any business where customers spend more than 5 minutes at a time, you need Wi-Fi. Personalized Wi-Fi that takes them to your network. Wi-Fi that connects them to your personalized landing page with your ad and your promotions that lets them connect through social media. You need Saguaro Hotspot. Call 602-618-6626. Saguaro Hotspot, 602-618-6626. Make Wi-Fi pay. 602-618-6626.
I'm Francis Battaglia, president of Independent Talk 1100 KFNX, and we're expanding our lineup of local talk shows. We're looking for individuals, business owners, and professionals to host their own radio talk show. This would be a new weekly show that either you pay for or help get sponsors to fund your show. You would pick the topics, select guests, and take calls from the listening audience. There is no experience necessary, and we provide training. Call me at 602-277-1100, extension 1463, 602-277-1100, extension 1463.
Welcome. Was that? Look at this flamenco guitars, man. Welcome to the Entrepreneurs on Fuego with Added Sparks radio show. We're the #1 multimedia broadcast show for entrepreneurs in Arizona. With me, I have the distinct privilege, the most gorgeous, intelligent, and talented. Do you say co-hostess or co-host?
Co-host.
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 All right, co-host. This side of Central Avenue, Elisa Lane, founder of the Ellen Sparks Agency, Event Planning, Marketing, and Public Relations. Good morning.
Good morning.
Top of the morning to you. It was very early for
it
a
was
Sunday
still
morning.
Evening, actually.
Did you go to sleep at all?
A little bit. I actually had a couple of hours, which isn't bad. 2 events yesterday, slam dunks.
You're just the
Awesome.
busiest and the hardest working woman in the public relations area. My name is Francisco Javier, your host and CEO and founder of the Office Pile. Named in 2015 one of the top co-working communities in the world. You see how nice that flowed, how I pimp myself into these things?
I
That's
know.
beautiful. The show is being brought to you in part by Local Motive Marketing, smart marketing on smartphones, the top foundation advancing education and entrepreneurship for women, minorities, and veterans. And, check this out, Sandrina Benz.
Oh, my girl.
The leader in luxury car private client service at Mercedes-Benz. All right.
That's my new buddy. You're going to see some trouble out there now.
I saw some social media pictures with you, kind of posing.
Yeah, the best aren't even
Playboy
we don't
style
have phones
in front
for
of
the best stuff.
All played and in front of a G3 Mercedes-Benz. He was purple, I think, if I remember correctly.
Actually, it was green. I think the option was like this awesome-looking green and this red that just has to be seen. I mean, I can't even explain it. It was awesome.
You look real good, though, man.
Oh, man, it was nice. It was nice. A beautiful tour. I mean, the location is just top-notch. I mean, across the street from Fashion Square. You can't miss that.
You can't miss that. No. It's great. That's Sandrina Benz. She is our newer sponsors, and sponsors are signing up like crazy, which is great. You have any questions? You can dial us at 480-290-6898, 480-290-6898. What is your phone number so that they can call with complaints and stuff?
They can find me on Twitter, Lisa Lane Sparks.
All right. So if you have any complaints, just call Elisa Lane. All right. So we have here's a little bit about this show. Let me explain.
Oh.
Let me explain, Lucy. This is a little bit about this show. The show is about entrepreneurs. This is the Entrepreneurs and Fuego radio show. So what we talk about is three things. One of the things that we talk about is, first, we're going to interview a couple of people that are just incredible, a couple of local entrepreneurs. And the reason that we're interviewing them, and this is very important, because we want to demystify the notion that entrepreneurship is somehow easy, that it's fast, that, you take the blue pill, wake up in 2 weeks, and there it is, your Mercedes-Benz. Bam, it's parked right outside your door. Alongside with it, if you open up, actually, the door of the Mercedes-Benz, there is a bag with $1 million in there.
Was this your dream last night?
No. This is usually what social media and media portrays entrepreneurship as, and that is not the case.
So this is your interpretation of it?
No, ma'am.
Oh. So who is this?
Dude, look at social media, all right? Look at LinkedIn, look at Facebook. Everybody has $1 million smile, right? And everybody, and it's a facade.
Depends on the day.
No, depends on nothing. This is a facade. And here we are. We are interviewing, we're displaying, we're portraying the truth, which is real local entrepreneurs. They're going to talk about their journey, what it's like. Entrepreneurs such as Carmen Payne, certified life coach at SOAR, with a exclamation point there at the end.
I love that name.
SOAR?
Yeah, what do you love? Reminds me of the eagle.
What do you? Oh, is that what you?
That's what I think of. I mean, we can talk more about it.
What are you drinking?
You know my early morning drink.
No, I don't. That's why I'm asking. And
I'll tell you next time.
For the listeners who are tuning in for the first time into the Entrepreneurs and Fuego radio show with added sparks, Elisa Lane has what I would deem not a protein drink. With her,
which just makes you think of a protein drink.
Well, it's got,
which is probably going to be a good little portion into
it's got orange,
later segment.
I know it's got orange juice in it.
You think so?
I think so. Carmen Payne, certified life coach at SOAR Transformational Life Coaching. Good morning, Carmen.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm very good, thank you.
Would you like to drink a little bit of what Elisa is having?
I'm not sure.
Exactly, I'm not sure either. Carmen Payne is a certified life coach at SOAR. What does SOAR stand for?
SOAR is a transformational life coaching practice that I own. It's been around now for about 2 years.
Right.
And my practice is really about helping people move forward in their lives.
Moving forward in their lives means that we're stuck somewhere.
Right.
Where are we stuck in?
It really depends on the individual. It could be any aspect of their life. It could be their career, their relationships. They're lost. They don't know where to go forward in their lives. And so, I work with individuals who are really ready to change that reality that they currently exist in and help them to move forward. So, I work with people that are looking to transition from one career to another, looking to improve their relationships that they have with the people in their lives that are closest to them. I even work with ASU students to help them figure out what they want to do with their lives once they're out of school and things like that. So
it is interesting that you mentioned ASU students, because what that implies to me, what I'm listening, is that we can be stuck at just about any age.
Absolutely.
I mean, it does in different places in our lives that we need to move forward, and we need somebody like you to come in and say, "All right, this is." What's the process like? I mean, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I would imagine it entails a lot of listening, much like a therapist.
Actually, coaching is nothing like therapy. There's a distinction there. Therapists will help you get over some trauma that you may have experienced in your life, whereas coaches really take you from the present where you are now and move you forward. So there really is a distinction between. But to your point, yes, we do a lot of listening. Coaches are there to listen, hold that space for the client, allow the client to come to their own conclusions about things. And coaches help to facilitate that dialogue and bring into that person's awareness, ask them the tough questions that they may not want to answer, get them to think about and put them in that uncomfortable space so that they actually grow and they learn about themselves and things that maybe they've not really touched upon in them, internally for a long time.
Do you find that sometimes it gets difficult to even decide where you want to go? Like I know you mentioned the younger group, and I have a couple of, ready to soar part, but they don't know what they want to do.
Right.
Is that something you can guide? Or?
Yes, absolutely.
And how does that process happen?
It's different with everybody. I don't have a one-size-fits-all solution because, every time we meet with this, I may see a client on a regular basis, and every time I meet with that client, their focus and their intention for that session is really led by them. And so I don't have a preconceived idea of what process I necessarily may use or tool or technique I necessarily may use with that individual when they come to me. It's really led by the client. And then based on that session, will then evolve what tools or techniques, I feel that client will most benefit from during that time with me.
Do you know what, Elisa? What I kind of figured out, correct me if I'm wrong, but there is a great number of life coaches, business coaches, physical training coaches, combinations thereof. In fact, we're going to be talking to Brian Wood, the man from Mars, a little bit later on in the second segment, and then we will be talking also with Jennifer Graffice from Q Live in our reality radio last segment of the show. And the reason I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, I mean, I don't know everything. In fact, I don't know what Elisa Lane is drinking this morning, but we'll find out as we move on with the show. But the reason is because we are many different personalities. We're many different people. We have many different motivations and needs, and we're all stuck in some place that is different. And the reason that, again, we have many life coaches is because each one of them has or tends to the need of a specific individual, if that makes any sense. Right.
So, when you initially get introduced to a potential new client, it's a two-way street. Are they a good fit for me in terms of how I would like to work with them, and do they resonate with me as a coach? If you don't have that chemistry, that connection with that individual, you don't want to move forward with that client. So you do the. Sorry.
What? No, you're
I was
you're
wondering,
good.
Is there a time period that you trial, or how do you determine that?
Right.
So usually I do a 15 to 20 minute complimentary initial session to try and get a getting to know you session.
What's the best way to schedule that?
You can find me on my website, SOARTLC.com.
SOARTLC.com.
Yes, SOAR.
SOAR. Yeah, I'm just saying because of, some of us may not have the beautiful accent that you have. Some of us have the Latin accent, like Elisa Lane has a Cuban accent, and I have an Ecuadorian accent. We are with Carmen Payne. Thank you so much for coming on to the show. On the other side, Brian Wood, the man from Mars. Elisa Lane, don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the Entrepreneurs en Fuego with Added Sparks Radio Show, the #1 multimedia broadcast show for entrepreneurs in Arizona. My co-host is Elisa Lane.
Yo, Mars is here.
The man, let me tell you something. This man from Mars is all over social media. The man from Mars. Now, because you're so tall, you're going to have to put the microphone like right there, bam, so that we can hear you very, very, very nicely, very well. Brian Wood, the man from Mars, certified professional coach, CPC certified agent with NBPA, MBA, and ELI-MP. Man, you got so many designations, man.
I just make stuff up. I just, PhD will be on there next. So I'm just kind of going with it and see where it lands. Yeah.
But you are a certified NBA player agent. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Lots of people need help. We all need help. We all have baggage. Sometimes we go through life and we do well, but we hold ourselves back from being great. And that applies to all aspects, all people, including folks, athletes and former athletes.
When you say we hold ourselves back from being great, is that by design, on purpose, or are there external factors, if you will, that we blame, that we say, well, I am not great because this happened to me, or, the victim type of thing?
Yeah, great question.
Is that what happens? Or
great
what?
Question. It's more internal. It's more created, and it's more blame, and it's everyone else. But as soon as we realize that we have complete control, and all we have to do is one thing, that's it. And the idea behind coaching comes from the term stagecoach. So a stagecoach used to get you from point A to point B.
Right.
Well, once you get to point B, it becomes the new point A. So you always improve and you always grow. That's the whole idea behind coaching. And,
right.
And as long as you enjoy the journey along the way, it's a beautiful thing.
When did you decide you wanted to do this? I know we were talking about college. Was it that early, or?
I always have been fascinated with legacy and making a difference. And a lot of people go through life being programmed with lower expectations. But what I want to do on a broad scale, on a big platform like this show, I want to be able to influence lives. So there is no better way to influence lives than to help people change themselves. Because once you change yourself, you can literally change other people and the world. And that's what I want to do.
It's funny. Yesterday I met an individual who was homeless, and someone stopped
Doesn't sound funny,
gave him a ride. No, this is serious. And
yep.
And it changed his life. Like, he actually believed in him, and he didn't give up. He actually took him in his car, and, at first he's like, no, I'm okay. And he got in the car, and he actually found him a place to live, paid his rent for 2 weeks, and said, the rest is on you.
Wow.
And to this day, he's so thankful. Never saw this man again,
wow.
But has given his life towards giving back to others, and is now doing, programs. Is there anyone that you can think of in your life that actually inspired you to be a part of this, legacy piece? Because that's pretty strong.
Growing up back, first of all, that's an amazing story. And we all have that ability every single day to make huge change in every person we come into contact with. But for me, growing up back in New Jersey, my parents were my heroes. And my mom was the type that was just always positive, like over-the-top positive and inspiring quotes and all these different things. And I really grew to appreciate it as I grew up and realized how much power that had on me and how that same thing could be passed on to everyone else. It's the easiest thing to lift someone up as opposed to pushing them down.
Is it really that easy?
It really is.
Why does it seem like we don't do it enough?
You're exactly right. We don't do it enough. But if you're authentic and you show up the right way to life and you genuinely want to help, the worst thing you could do is push someone down. Remaining silent is not good enough. All you have to do is listen, and all you have to do is encourage, and all you have to do is try and find out what's that person's passion, what are their values, and how can I help support that? And it's karma. It all comes back.
Right. And I tell you, I don't know that this is the answer, but we are so focused on ourselves that we forget everybody else. We live in a very solipsistic society. So, the world revolves around us. And I think that going back to the point that I was making at the beginning about social media is that social media has developed this very selfish society, in my opinion. Not everybody, not everybody uses that way, but it's all about me. It's all about the selfie. It's all about what I own this world, and everybody's just a passenger in my world. And and I think that then we forget that other people exist around us, Brian, and then it really prevents us. To your question, Elisa, that or to your comment, to help somebody else, it makes us less adept to help somebody.
Well, I just became friends with the man from Mars on Facebook, and I have to admit there was one photo that I remember. He was surrounded by these beautiful ladies. He seemed pretty happy, but I think there was actually something. Tell us where that was at.
It was at the Helping Hands for Single Moms event, and it's a great organization. Yep. And I think at the time, my wife and her friends, they were taking a picture, and I happened to just kind of slide in there, and it was one of the worst photo bombs you've ever seen in your life. But the point is, Lisa, that there are so many awesome organizations out there. And to Francisco's point, social media can be used for some amazing things. Or some incredible things. I know you don't like the word amazing.
No, I like the word amazing.
Really,
I think it's just
very
overused.
powerful. Very, very powerful. And if we take advantage of that, just like we take advantage of every opportunity that we speak with someone to lift them up, we have an opportunity again to change ourselves in the world.
But it can also be used for awareness, which
Sure.
made me think of that organization when I saw that picture. And I'm like, oh, my God, I know that. I haven't touched base with them in a while. So it was definitely a great – as fun as it looked and it was amazing, there was still something good about that. So I think if you're doing social media, take a little, effort towards maybe doing a little, maybe inspiration like your mom did. I love throwing those out and I love seeing those. Or, maybe the events that are really making a difference would be great to see.
Here's what I admire about Brian is the fact that he is genuine, right? And much like Carmen, is that organic way of expressing themselves, is that being genuine with the world, that it comes through and you allow people to identify with you, Brian, and the same thing with Carmen, and so that's what I think the value comes in. You're not fake, you're not pretending to be a life, you're living it and you are doing it every day.
Yeah, and I would say that you can't fake that. You can't fake being authentic, and that's a value for me, extremely important. And then the other thing that's really important is you just have to be aware of, you talked about the mindset earlier.
Yep.
You can't be a victim. You can't blame everyone else. You have to understand that anything associated with ego, taking things personally, and judgment, that puts you in the wrong mindset, and that does not serve you. That makes you worse, as opposed to what Lisa mentioned, lifting people up and making them better. You have to be in the right mindset, show up the right way, and you can do some incredible things every day.
There are a couple of, when you described in your videos, you have a catabolic and an anabolic state of mind, correct? Explain a little bit of that.
Yeah, so catabolic, that's the stuff that makes us worse. So if you show up in a mindset that is either, I'm the victim, woe is me, I can't do anything about my circumstances, or I live in a world of conflict and it's everyone else's fault, it's not my fault, that's catabolic. And that's dangerous. That makes us and everyone around us worse. All you have to do is climb up the ladder, get out of that mindset, and you become anabolic, where it's more responsibility, caring for others, looking for the opportunities, synthesis, and ultimate passion with every aspect of your life. And when you show up the right way, there's that ripple effect. So when you show up the wrong way in a catabolic state, you make yourself but everyone else around you worse. When you show up the right way, when you understand some of these limitations that we have and adjust your mindset accordingly, you make yourself and everyone around you better. And then you head down that path again of changing yourself and the world.
Do you think it matters the surrounding you have, like maybe even the Facebook friends or the social media that you are
sure.
talking? I mean, your environment, I think, takes a big, impact on what you're doing.
You are exactly right. Every single thing. What is making you better and what's making you worse? So if your car is not clean and that's somehow holding you back, it's the silliest example. But everything that you do, everyone that you surround yourself with, every thought that comes into your head, if you make sure those things are positive, you will head down the right path. Thoughts turn into emotions, and emotions turn into action. So you've got to have the right environment. Exactly right.
That's awesome. Well, I want to mention the cars at Mercedes-Benz were extremely clean. I just got to throw that out.
You mean the
But
car?
you're right. I mean, it's funny because my dad was a big stickler about that. Like, he would always dress sharp. And he's funny. He was like, I'm not the best looking man, but I'm going to take an advantage when I can find one. So he always was sharp. He always dressed his best. And it was awesome because it actually showed me, when you have respect for yourself, it shows.
And I bet he felt better, too, when he showed up that way.
Yeah,
right?
and he was extremely successful at what he did. Yeah.
That is a beautiful thing. We're going to do something interesting right now. Every week, for the last 8 weeks, this is the 9th week, you've recorded Lessons from Mars. And you can find all those Lessons from Mars on the Entrepreneurs en Fuego YouTube channel. And you can watch all the great, great lessons that the men from Mars have taught us for the last 8 weeks. So this is week 9. And what we're going to do is we're going to record live as we speak right now.
Say now?
How's your drink? Is that pretty good?
It's good.
Yeah?
It's good. I have a little sore throat from last night.
What would you, I'm going to have to ask you what you did last night, but I'm a little bit afraid about
I'll tell you later.
Why don't you tell the whole, look, I should
Because we're talking to the man from Mars, and I want to get to lesson 9.
Beautiful thing. So we're going to do lesson 9. Man from Mars is going to be about a minute and a half because we don't have that much before we go to break. So,
all right.
On 3, 2, week 9, Lessons from Mars.
Welcome to Mars and welcome to Level 4 Leadership. Please stay tuned until the end of this video for your assignment. So, Level 4 Leadership. That is when you care about others. You take care of yourself. You take care of everyone else, and you don't worry about yourself. It's a powerful level of leadership. It's dynamic, and it makes you and everyone around you better. The downside is that you sometimes get caught in taking care of everyone else, and you forget about yourself. So at some point, you head down the path of, when is someone going to take care of me? When is it my turn? And that ends up putting you in a place where you sink down into catabolic thinking, like we've talked about before. So it also prevents you from using the gifts, the natural gifts that God gave you. And you can also get caught up in people's drama. So it makes you worse, even though you started out in the right place. So here's what I want you to do. Commit to doing one thing for yourself every single day this week. Track your progress. Hold yourself accountable. And celebrate success, because you cannot take care of everyone else like you've been doing without taking care of yourself first. So it's going to be a great week. It's going to be probably the best week of your life. Let me know how you're doing. Check in with me at bwood@marscoach.com. We'll see you next time. Thanks.
Man from Mars. The man from Mars. We come back on the other side. Elisa Lane and I will be back.
You're listening to Independent Talk, 1100 KFNX, Cave Creek, Phoenix, a division of Premier Radio Stations.
Category 4 Hurricane Matthew continues its ominous path toward Jamaica at this hour. It's got the attention of business owner Marcia Forbes in Kingston.
There is a feeling that this is something that we need to take very seriously. This is not a joke.
Hundreds of non-essential workers and family members now being evacuated from the U.S. Navy base at Guantanamo Bay, Cuba. The New York Times reporting Donald Trump declared a $916 million loss on his 1995 income tax returns. Reporter Suzanne Craig.
We have 3 pages of which gives us a lot of information, but we don't have the schedules that went with that to itemize the losses. We don't have a full view of his charitable contributions. In those years, we know he checked off boxes saying he didn't want to give to a number of charities, but we don't know exactly what that number is.
2 students shot and killed early this morning at a party near North Carolina A&T in Greensboro overnight. I'm Christopher Cruz.
From the KFNX WeatherBug Weather Center for this morning, a mainly clear sky, mixed clouds and sun today with a stray shower or thunderstorm, high 92. Clear tonight, low 66. Sunshine and breezy Monday, high 86. Tuesday, sunny, high 84. Sunny Wednesday. I'm meteorologist Jim Minaldi from the KFNX WeatherBug Weather Center.
Currently, in downtown Phoenix, it's 75 degrees.
Next news in 30 minutes or when it breaks. Here on Independent Talk, 1100 KFNX.
I want to tell you a secret. How to buy a car a better way. My name is Legina, and I've bought 2 cars from Centennial now. I'm a busy flight attendant with no time for dealerships and drama. Well, who does? At Centennial, I can test drive any make or model car side by side in one place at my schedule. Do yourself a favor. Call Centennial Leasing and Sales today. You'll never want to buy a car any other way. You'll see.
Centennial Leasing and Sales, 602-244-2500 or online at clscars.com.
If you own a business, any business where customers spend more than 5 minutes at a time, you need Wi-Fi. Personalized Wi-Fi that takes them to your network. Wi-Fi that connects them to your personalized landing page with your ad and your promotions that lets them connect through social media. You need Saguaro Hotspot. Call 602-618-6626. Saguaro Hotspot, 602-618-6626. Make Wi-Fi pay. 602-618-6626.
Welcome back to the Entrepreneurs in Fuego with Added Sparks radio show. We're the #1 multimedia broadcast show for entrepreneurs in Arizona with me. Hi, Elisa Lane. I just go mute. You know, that's why I think that it should be.
I thought you fell asleep.
Dude,
it's
there should be like a cone of silence between us, only because, I'm just mesmerized by your beauty.
Oh, my God.
I should describe, it's 6 o'clock in the morning.
Frankie, come on.
Listen, it's 6:30 in the morning, but people should know. This is a radio show. I have to describe you. And
you have to?
I have to.
Okay.
How about this? Instead of describing you, why not send people over to your website so that they can see not only what...
Send them to Twitter, man.
That's
where the fun happens.
Why Twitter? Why not Facebook? Why not Instagram? Why not LinkedIn?
It's quick, fun, and easy. That's
really?
Why. Yeah.
What's your Twitter handle?
Just like you. Yeah, Elisa Lane Sparks.
That's your Twitter handle.
SPARKS. Yeah. What's yours?
Are
we linked up yet?
At the Office Pile.
At the Office Pile.
Yeah, one of the top co-working spaces in the world.
Yeah, actually, if you go on there today, you can actually see a couple of the images from yesterday's event.
You had an event yesterday.
Yeah, the Color My Credit. Remember last week we were talking about that?
How did that go?
It was quite amazing. We had a funny man, Matt Broom.
Yes.
He was dressed like a crayon for a portion of it in a tutu, which was, I can't even put it to
words. A crayon in a tutu?
Yeah, I just have to go
I'm having a hard time visualizing that. But
he was pretty upset about it.
Yeah, it's 6:30 in the morning. I think my visualization right now is donut. Well, wait a minute. No, I didn't say that. I'm sorry, Jennifer.
You got a donut?
I didn't say that.
Wow, he's eating donuts on your diet?
I tell you what.
Man, she's good.
On the next segment, and this is what happens when you have somebody as fit with -5 body fat in her body.
Does she know you ate a donut?
Oh, hell, I just, I didn't eat a donut.
Don't lie. We were just talking to a man from Mars.
I raised my right hand. I did not eat.
Gotta be honest. Have some integrity.
Bananas. I'm eating bananas.
Oh, you eating banana-flavored donuts?
Yeah, I'm eating bananas. But, all right, so we're going to send people to your Twitter handle, which is what again?
Elisa Lane Sparks.
Elisa Lane Sparks. And they can also go to at the Office Pile. This show is about inspiration, Elisa Lane. I mean, I really love this show in particular because we have somebody like Carmen Payne, right, from SOAR, transforming people's life, people that are stuck in a place, and she comes in, takes you by the hand, and you soar. And then you have people like Brian Wood, the man from Mars, right, who talks about catabolic and anabolic energies and makes you also fly and takes you on an incredible journey.
And reminds you to take care of yourself, which I think was huge for this lesson this week.
I love the story that you told about the homeless man. Is that a true story?
That's a true story.
Really? Yeah. When did that happen?
Maybe we'll invite him on the show and he can tell us about it. He's actually a chef now and helping people learn how to cook and fend for themselves, and if they want to have their restaurant. He's got big goals. It's heartfelt, and you can see his mission.
You have a big heart, Elisa.
I do have a big heart.
I mean, behind the makeup and everything else.
I love people.
You love people.
I love people.
What do you love about them?
I just love them.
What? What do you love about them?
I love who they are. I love how they show up. I love kids, man. That just drives me up a wall. Kids are awesome. I used to be a youth director for years, and it's probably because they come so real. Like, they're just genuine all the time.
Like me.
Sometimes. We have our moments.
We have our moments. Let's talk about inspiration. Let's talk about what inspires us as entrepreneurs.
I think people that really make a difference inspires me. People that are actually taking action, not just talking about it, but definitely going out and doing it. Not even showing it off, because I know you talk about, social media a lot, but just doing it because they love to do it, regardless of the outcome. That inspires me.
There is a lot of the cheap talk and the gratuitous talk out there, right? I can do this. I'm going to do this. I should have done this, et cetera, et cetera. But there's a few out there that are actually doers, and those are the people that I respect myself. So we're on the same planet on this thing.
Wow. Is that a first?
I don't know. I don't want it to become a habit either.
I know. I don't like you on my planet. Get off.
Oh, I thought you liked people.
I do, but I like my space.
All right. So you got to decide. You like people, but you like your space. What is it?
Both.
Explain.
Yeah, I can have both.
Explain. I don't understand that. How can you like people, but you want your space? Yeah. What does that mean? What does that look like?
Well, it's not like I want people all the time.
Why not?
I still have to take a shower by myself.
What? Yeah, of course.
There's moments that I just want alone. Sometimes I just go for a walk and just, regroup.
Do you return phone calls right away? Do you return your emails right away? Do you return your text messages right away?
You want to answer that?
No, I want you to answer that.
Have I answered you?
No.
Did I answer your last text?
It took a while.
All right. Well, there's your answer.
That's it.
That's it.
That's my pet peeve.
And I know. It's from last.
It's a huge pet. Look,
I know.
Look, if I send you a text, and if you answer in 3 days, that's fine. I don't care. It's your space, and I respect that. If I send you an email, you don't have to answer right away.
Well, I don't know if it's that kind of space. I think it's just momentary space. It's just, having that time to either just meditate, kind of regroup, get your ideas together, and then come and party with everybody else.
Is there somebody, I know we're talking about inspiration. Is there somebody in particular that inspires you?
My favorite quote, and let me see if you can guess who's this from. It says, if you can dream it, you can do it.
Francisco Aguirre.
No. But, no. Helen Keller.
That's a great quote.
Yeah. And she's a huge inspiration.
You know my favorite quote?
What is that?
Look at the past with humility, the present with courage, and the future with hope and determination.
Wow.
You know who said that?
Gandhi.
No.
Who was it?
I did.
Wow.
Honest. I did.
Oh, look at you, the poet. When's that first book coming out?
It's coming up.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Alyssa launched her book at the event yesterday.
That is very good.
Yeah, her book's out. Color My Credit. Master your credit score.
She is an inspiration. And also, look, we're going to have, actually, in the next segment, we're going to have somebody that is incredibly inspirational. He inspires me as well. And she inspires me. Jennifer Graffice from Q Live. She's going to be coming in the next segment because she is changing people's lives as well.
I got to spend some time with her last week. You jealous?
I spent some time last week with her as well. I'm not jealous at all. In fact, my whole body is sore from spending time with her, which I'm sure yours is not.
No, I actually had a great time with her. We actually went for a delicious meal at Delight, new place that opened up near Scottsdale, and I have to admit that was actually a really good time.
I went through an hour of just pure hell. And it was very good, because you feel very good at the end of the workout. You feel accomplished. You feel a sense of, all right, I accomplished something. So it was very good. So while you're having drinks and while you're having your quiche and while you're having all these great things, I am out there working out. That's
I don't think Jennifer eats quiche, and I wouldn't eat quiche in front of her or the donut you were talking about earlier. But
I misspoke about that. You're going to hold me up to that donut.
Absolutely, man.
Jesus.
I don't think that was a slip up.
How's your drink going?
It's fantastic.
All right. Let's go back to inspiration.
Okay.
Right? And there are people that inspire us, that truly gets us going to a next level. And we talked about Carmen Payne. We're talking about Brian Wood. We're talking about Jennifer. And we're talking about Ruben, who is an individual that you will meet in the next segment that is, to me, is an inspiration because he's being held accountable by tens of thousands of people in his own transformation. That takes courage. That takes a lot of courage.
That does.
It does. Because you become very vulnerable, right? And there is no other choice but to succeed. And I like that. I like to be put in a place where I have no choice. As they say, failure is not an option. Truly. Not to sound too cliche-ish, but that it really is not. Success is the only thing that is in front of us, is the only reachable goal. Do you feel that way?
At times.
What do you mean at times?
Yeah.
You should feel like that all day. What do you mean?
I'm human.
Yeah.
I'm human, and I think the times that I don't, I do surround myself with people that do.
Here's what happens.
That's my cue.
Right. Here's what I mean. We cannot sustain, the being, peppy all the time and being upbeat all the time. We can't. We're human. When I hear, but this is another one of my pet peeves. When people say, well, is your glass half full or half empty? It is neither. It is not half full. It's not half empty.
Do you have a mug?
I got the...
Instead of a glass?
I got a cup.
I threw you off. All right, come on, give it to me.
No, you don't throw me off. Because it does not have full or half. My glass, my cup in this case, has water, which to me is hope. And so long as I have water in my cup, then I'm okay.
So you can have a drop.
That is
or a
fine.
full cup.
That's fine.
And to you, it's the same.
To me is hope. And to me is I can't be all, explosive all the time and all peppy all the time. And we're just human, like you're saying. And sometimes I'm a little bit down, but I shake it off immediately. And then I fill my cup again.
What do you do?
Hope.
What do you mean you shake it off? What's your secret to getting peppy again?
Going back to what Brian was talking about, which you did not pay attention, because I saw you drinking while he was talking.
I took notes.
Here is it. You did?
Yeah.
All right. So here's what he was talking about. You have that catabolic stage, right? This is how I understand it. Maybe he can chime in or text in or Twitter you or whatever, tweet you or whatever it is. But here's what I understand. You can be in that catabolic stage, which is woe's me, I'm a victim all the time. But if you get to that stage, get out of it. Shift. Is that right, Brian Wood?
That's exactly right. Get out as fast as you can and shift yourself to a better place.
You see? He had to travel all the way from the corner of the room to just validate what I was saying. See?
I wonder if a little exercise might help you, too.
About what?
Get you out of that non-peppy state.
Well, chemically, of course it does. You know what? Because when we exercise, and I know Jennifer is going to be able to validate, we emit endorphins, right? That's a natural high. Is that correct, Jennifer? You can say hi.
Yes, that's absolutely correct, Francisco.
Thank you so much. You see, we're bringing all these people from across the room.
You need lots of validation today, don't you?
I am very...
What's up?
I am very...
Did you have a good weekend?
I'm very
wow.
secure today, dude.
What happened?
I
got to call it like I see it.
I actually had a very good week last week. I'm not going to tell you about it. I'm going to tell you off the air exactly what I did.
All right, I'll share it with everyone next week.
You are so nice to me.
I am.
So that's what I think, right? So as long as you have water in your cup, that's my philosophy. That's my philosophy. Have water, have hope and determination. Hope and determination. That's it for me. And the secret, do you have a secret for yourself? 'Cause I'm going to tell you mine.
I have a few secrets, Francisco. It's not this kind of show, though.
Well, we all have skeletons in the closet. I mean, some of you have dinosaurs, but that's all right.
Speak for yourself.
Well, we all do. Listen, but that's for another show. I'll tell you what the secret is.
What's your secret?
The secret to me, for everything that I do, from working out to doing everything, the secret. Are you ready for this?
Wait, let me sit down.
Can you do like a drum roll?
No.
¿Qué
Just
pasa?
give it to me. Come on.
¿Qué pasa, mujer?
It's too early. Give it to me.
Come on. All right. So here's the secret. For me, anything that you put your mind to, anything that you endeavor to do is discipline. Discipline. The moment
It's a good word.
It is a great word.
Yeah.
For me, it you buy the those on Saturday morning, right? You turn on the TV and everybody's working out with the newest and latest gadget, right? You order it. 1-800 so-and-so, you boom.
1-800, don't you just download it as an app?
No, man, I'm
What
talking about
century are you in?
Like remember the Thigh Master? No, you're too young to remember that.
Okay.
All right, so you order those
All
things,
right.
and whatever equipment it is that is going to transform your life, presumably or allegedly, right?
Your Thigh Master. Uh-huh.
Yeah, the Thigh Man. Yeah, that's how far back I go, dude. The Thigh Man. You didn't read the Thigh
Does
Man?
Jen use that with you?
The Thigh Master?
Yeah, do you have one of those?
We do that for 10 minutes. We do the Thigh Man. No, we don't
That's
do that.
good.
Come
That's
on
good.
now.
Jen, good.
We don't do the thigh. We do a lot of thigh exercise, but I don't remember she's got.
You're the one who brought it up.
But look.
Oh, my goodness. I don't even want to know what that is.
We do a lot of squeezing, and it's
Oh,
hard,
my
man.
goodness.
And I'm sorry at the end.
All right, get back on track here because we're losing progress.
I thought we was making a lot of progress.
I don't know, it's some hope and determination story. Come
There
on.
you go. So you order this thing, and there it is. Then, but maybe you take it out of the box and you put it in a closet because you're hoping that you're going to use it the next time around. And there it is the best clothes hanger in the world, right? The treadmill that you order, the Thigh Master that you order, the app doer. Do you remember the app doer?
No.
That's how far back I go, man. Do you remember the app doer? Yes, she does. Jennifer does. Cause
she's just trying to be nice
She
to you
is
right now.
contemporaneous. And I'm going to start using maybe less complicated words so that we understand each other.
Oh.
All right. So anyway, so that's the thing. So, but if you're disciplined and you say, all right, I'm going to use the Thigh Master between 6 a.m. and 6:30 a.m. every day until, I get some results, then that works. That to me is the thing. That to me is the secret. That to me is the secret. How about you? Do you have a secret? When we're talking about
when it
this?
comes to determination
When it
and
comes to
staying
determination,
focused,
of course.
I think it's surrounding myself with the right people. I mean, that to me is my secret. I mean, I love getting inspiration from others and inspiring others. I think it's the most powerful thing you can do. And two of the most powerful people that I have the pleasure of surrounding myself are my kids, and they inspire me daily. I mean, the fact that I can see them on the field and what they have to go through in football just shocks me. But they're a true inspiration for me.
So what happens is that when you go through, because we all do, right, Elisa? I mean, we all go through those little troughs of, son of a gun, I'm just not feeling the way that I normally do, right? I mean, you just go through those little mini states of mind, if you will. And I don't want to call it depression. I don't want to call it, anything other than whatever you want to call it. I mean, call it anything
dark
you want.
days.
Dark days or dark moments.
Moments.
Dark
Yeah,
moments.
that's even better.
Yeah,
dark
moments. There are
dark minutes.
I don't have dark days. You have dark minutes, dark seconds, or whatever it is. You don't have. We can't afford really to have those long moments where you were so depressed. You got to shift. Like Brian was saying, you just got to get out of it.
Yeah, you get stuck in that mode for a little too long, and it's going to really be trouble to get out.
And going back to the point, because I didn't forget what you told me about. Exercising is part of that. Yeah. Exercise, because it just really.
How early do you exercise?
Oh my goodness gracious, we get up very early, man. I mean, I know that with Jennifer, I work out at 6 o'clock in the morning. Is that right, Jennifer?
That is correct.
That is correct. 6 o'clock
Jen,
in the morning.
What's up?
Good morning.
Yes, guess who? Yeah, we just.
Did you work out this morning?
Negative.
Oh,
negative.
I was going to be impressed.
But I'm going to go. What?
I was going to be impressed if you did.
You should be impressed
I
regardless, because I showed up.
Yeah, I lost it.
But dude, look. I'm trying to score points with you over here. Maybe I should have said, yeah, of course. Before I came here,
There's
I woke
no
up at 3:30.
scoreboard here.
I got up at 3:30.
You're good.
I got up at 3:30 in the morning. Ran my 5 miles, then went to the gym, and here I am.
Wait, what? Today?
No, heck no, man. Look,
lost me again.
My alarm clock did not go off, so I'm up like about 5 because I got my natural clock, right? Is that called the circadian clock?
That is.
That is correct. You see.
Good job. Yeah.
So I'm up already, see? And the fact that my dog is licking me because he knows that I got to take. And then my dog is looking at me going, hey, it's time to go for a walk. And I'm like, no, dude, it ain't today. I know. So he'd look at me sad. Yeah, he goes back, you know. But anyway.
But I'm sure he got over it.
I don't know.
I think dogs have an easier life sometimes.
Some dogs. You got to be lucky to be a dog. Yeah. Right? Because, you know, you got some rich people that have dogs and buy them all these beautiful beds and everything else. But I remember dogs in Ecuador. Man, you know, they were like third-class cities. At least when I was growing up.
Yeah, but they have freedom. They have freedom to run around and be happy.
Chasing tires.
Yeah. I think that's the happy dog.
Maybe there's a metaphor over here about dogs in third world countries and the freedom that they have and some kind of inspiration. So you have to wrap this whole thing up in some kind of metaphor, Elisa Lane, and I think that's what you're trying to tell me. And
a happy dog.
You got to be a happy dog, right? You got to chase the tire. You got to let go. You know, the more the show progresses, the more that I see you drinking, the happier I see you. I'm
starting to wake up. That's what it is.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah. Feeling all peppy.
You know, I'm going to tell you this, and this is the truth. This is the honest truth. I really do admire you. We're talking about this show being about inspiration. With me in the show, I have my co-host, Elisa Lane. My name is Francisco Javier. Do you like that?
Your middle name, Javier?
Yeah.
That's nice.
You know, my full name is Francisco Javier Antonio.
Antonio?
Yeah, that's my name, too.
Wow. You got a lot of names.
Well, we do. You know, Hispanic families, we name our kids. You got your confirmation name, and then you got your grandfather's name that you put in the middle, and then you got your father's name that you know you didn't have any choice about that, and so boom, and you got all these 3-4 names and everything else.
Yeah, I can't talk because I have that plus the couple of names that I decided to
exactly.
add on a couple of times.
I bet your name is like Maria Lupita Alonso Elisa.
Maria Conchita Alonso.
But anyway, look, you inspired me, and I want to be honest with you. And this is you inspire me.
Thanks,
because I tell you why, because you are a doer. Anybody that is a doer out there inspires me. Anybody that is doing it.
It's fun to take action.
Instead of talking, just get it done.
Nike had it.
Just show up.
Just do it.
Let's talk about Ruben, who's just doing it.
Exactly. And actually, Ruben, tell us about it. Tell us about it, Jennifer, what Ruben's all about.
Well, I'm going to let Ruben chime in as well, but as we mentioned last week, we put out a casting call for people who wanted to transform their lives, both physically, mentally, emotionally, and within their business. So Ruben was one of the first people that responded, and so that's why he's here today. So Ruben, why don't you tell us a little bit of why you responded to our casting call?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me on the show. I'm really stoked to be here. I have a lot of things going on in my life. I'm really hungry right now. I've had success before, man. I've bought multifamily properties back during the crash. And, you know, I've had the really good-looking girlfriend. I've been in awesome shape as a snowboarder. I've done all these things, and I've lost all those things. And just like Francisco was saying earlier, man, it's like a cycle. You go through these ups and downs, and it looks really nice on social media when you got your suit on and you're in that photo. But in reality, man, like we be driving, you know, kind of like crummy cars trying to buy houses and stuff. But I am really hungry right now. I've gained a lot of weight. I am 72 pounds heavier than my goal weight. So I was already starting to work out. I was already starting to get my mind healthy. I was reading spiritual things. You know, I got The Laws of Success by Napoleon Hill playing in my car right now. And I got this email from Entrepreneurs in Fuego radio show and this picture of this like ripped woman with
that
like
would
these
be Jennifer.
abs popping out all over the place.
That
saying,
would be
like,
Jennifer
this is a
Graffice.
casting call. And like I knew instantly, like as soon as I saw that there was a chance for accountability through a radio show and that there's going to be a lot of people watching, I was just like, I have to do this, man, because I love attention and I want to inspire people, you know, like I want to lose the weight. I want to start acquiring the properties. I want to have a portfolio of properties before my session is done with Jen in the next 90 days. Like I am hungry to have mad success. So that's why I reached out to her and wrote her this email that says, like, how much ass do I have to kick in order for me to be one of your candidates? I need to be on this, like, I am ready. And, like, I just started vibrating. I was like, I need to get on this show. I need to talk to her. And sure enough, like, that message came through in the email, and she reached out to me. Supposedly I was the very first person that she called. And she's like, let's get to it. Let's work out. So then I show up, and then all of a sudden I'm coming to her with, like, all these extra metrics. Like, she doesn't even know what I'm tracking. Like, there's real estate goals in there and everything. And like, I'm counting my carbs, and she, like, hasn't asked for any of this information. And I'm just, like, really so pumped up that I'm just like, teach me, inspire me. Like, let's go. I want to get strong, get me buff, like, work me out harder. Let's go. Come on. Like, I went hiking this morning at like 12 with my dogs. We were billy goating around Squaw Peak, and, I'm
That's
fired
12
up.
a.m.
That's,
went hiking.
That's 12 a.m.
True story.
Jennifer Graffice from Q Live is here at the studio as well. And Jennifer, just explain very quickly what this reality transformation is all about.
So this reality transformation is truly about transforming people's lives. And we have four, actually, Francisco being the fifth one.
Nice.
Because we have him on board as well.
Yes, I am.
So we are transforming people's lives. And, it starts, like Brian was saying, you have to take care of your own house. You have to be healthy yourself. And what we find is that when you take care of yourself, when you care about yourself, when you love yourself, when you are eating the right things and you are fueling your body with all the right nutrients, and then you have someone like Ruben who's also tracking all of those things as well to help show us exactly where he's going, then, the rest will come. Your mind gets transformed as well, because when you feel better, then you want to do better. And the transformation is just unbelievable when you start there.
Perfect. So we're going to be tracking Ruben's transformation through this show.
Correct.
And what else? So every week you track him?
Every week. So Ruben and I are working out 3 days a week,
right,
and he's doing amazing. And then on Wednesdays, we actually spend the first 15 to 20 minutes actually setting his business goals as well.
Fantastic.
So we hold him accountable not only to his exercise, to his diet plan that I've written for him, but then also he has a humongous list that he wrote for me of his actual Q Life goals, which is amazing. And so I just help keep him accountable to all of those things, because it's easy to get so spread out and try to do too much at once. And so to stay focused on the key things for that week becomes super important. And he's killing it, and he's doing amazing. And, the first day was a little rough. He got a little white. He wasn't quite ready for he almost threw up. And we weren't we weren't doing that much, but it was awesome. So,
well, listen, Ruben, the energy that you brought this morning is phenomenal. Jennifer Graffice from Q Life, Elisa Lane. Man, we had Carmen Payne, we had Brian Wood. This was the inspirational show. You're going to be back here next week, Jennifer Graffice, with your next victim, or actually, no.
We'd never have victims. Didn't you learn that from Brian?
That's correct. I did learn that from Brian. We're going to be with the next contestant, if you will. My name is Francisco Aguirre, your host. And we have with us also Elisa Lane. We've had a ton of fun today on the show. Next week, tune in at 6 o'clock in the morning from 6 to 7. And yes, we are the #1 multimedia broadcast show for entrepreneurs in Arizona. And I will see you and Elisa Lane together here at the Entrepreneurs in Fuego with Added Sparks radio show.
Thanks,
Good
guys.
night.
Night.
Peace and strength.
You're listening to Independent Talk, 1100 KFNX, Cave Creek, Phoenix. A division of Premier Radio Stations. The home of the Savage Nation.
I'm Christopher Cruz. Category 4 Hurricane Matthew, continuing its ominous path toward Jamaica at this hour. It's got the attention of business owner Marcia Forbes in Kingston.
There is a feeling that this is something that we need to take very seriously. This is not a joke.
Cuba and Haiti in the path as well. Hundreds of non-essential workers and family members are now being evacuated from the U.S. Navy base at Guantanamo Bay, Cuba. The New York Times says Donald Trump declared a $916 million loss on his 1995 income tax returns. Reporter Suzanne Craig.
Businesses were going under. His businesses were failing. Creditors were being